Hey, what's up, guys? Alex here. So, back with another Endgame puzzle video for today. And of course, it seems like a fairly challenging puzzle for today, 29th of May 2021. It's White's turn to play from over here. We have five empty squares to the bottom, four squares to the top. That means an odd number of squares remaining with a total of nine. So, it seems like parity has not changed. And you're expecting to have natural parity in this one. So we have quite a number of options to kind of play around with. We have E8, we have C7, we have A7, and of course we can also start with the top. So with the bottom incomplete, incomplete meaning there are still open moves for black to play, it almost seems intuitive that you want to play to an odd square region to the bottom first instead of opening up to the top. And at the same time, you need to know that the top is an even square region. So if let's say you were to play out parity to the bottom, you need to find a way to kind of access the top in a good way, such that you don't, kind of trap yourself in hyper even number theory. Probably just judging by the way the top is shaped up, maybe you want to get access to the corner A1 somehow after the play out here. And then, you can play A1 and then you can play B1 and grab parity naturally. And regardless of where your opponent plays the B2 or C1, you can play the other move and kind of wrap things up a bit. So you need to kind of limit your damage control, your damage over here on the bottom. And, just bearing in mind that black has the bottom right corner. So let's take a quick look at, what kind of options we can play. So assuming we just eliminate starting from the top, we'll then kind of consider to play with the bottom first. And if we wanted to get access to the corner, there is a high chance that we shouldn't start with A7 because if we were to start with A7, we would almost immediately give up that access. And I think A7, A8 kind of forces you to play moves white, black, white, and then black basically passes, and then that kind of results in that hyper even number theory to the top. So what you might want to kind of consider is to play either one of these C7 or E8 moves as a result, and to try to kind of force the corner across so that you can play the maneuver that we talked about earlier. So intuitively, I would say E8 makes a lot more sense than C7. But let's kind of count it out because it's an end game after all, and it's only nine empty squares, so we can try to count it out as much as possible. That's good training for both you as an audience and also for myself. So yeah, let's take advantage of this. We have a 17 white discs on the board, and if we were to play to E8, what will happen? We basically get 17 plus 1, 2, 3. That's 20 plus another 5 more, 25. So 25, and thereafter, you need to kind of make some assumptions on where black may play. Black could potentially play it into the center by playing c8 and sweep the discs that you just flipped. And then you would probably play this one to b8, give up the corner, and you would play the maneuver that we talked about earlier. So 25, if we were to lose 5 discs over here, we have 20. We add 4 over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. White, black, white, and we lose another 3 discs, 21. We add another 4 discs, so that's 25. 25 plus 6, 31. I think that would easily win us the game. So I think before you kind of conclude that E8 is the winning move, you also need to kind of check your assumptions, whether C7 seems to be the right move, or is there going to be a different move in response to that. So another type of move that might kind of come up is actually the corner to A8. So white, black, and then essentially maybe you take A7. So that's 25 minus 2, that's 23. You add back 2, you get 25 again. If black were to sweep this up, I think it would still be safe to kind of secure a sufficient number of this. So yeah, I think white 25 minus 2, 23, add back 2, 25. I think regardless of where black plays, if you place this, you lose 6 discs, you add back another 4 discs, so that gives you 23. Even if you play A1 over there, you get 29, and you play B1, basically you get 32. Either way, you win. So I think it's kind of safe to assume that that would be sufficient number of discs. So just to kind of check blind spot, if we were to play E8 and black were to play, say, B8, what would kind of happen there is we grab the corner, black jumps in as the only move, we grab this one. So that's 25 minus 5, 20, 22 minus 2, that's 20, and then plus 3, 23, plus 6, 29, and still we should be able to win. So I would say that E8 is kind of fairly intuitive in nature, and let's start with E8 to play. Okay, so the move was indeed played for this, so we have 20 white discs. Play this 22 minus 5, that would actually give us 17. 17 plus 3, that's actually 20. I might have miscounted that, but I think it should still be enough. 26 plus 329, regardless of which side we lose to this, I think we have more than enough to play this. So we'll grab this, go for the corner, and then basically grab this, and we'll wrap up the game. Yes, and we won it on the first attempt, with the final result giving a win and an excellent comment. So hopefully you guys at home also managed to solve the puzzle and kind of understood what I just explained. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me in this endgame puzzle, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye.